General Dwivedi warns of new age warfare, cites Operation Sindoor as turning point, says future battles will be fought on land, sea, space, and in the mind. Hate crimes against Indian Americans rise 91% under Trump's second term. Visa policies and online hate fuel violence across US cities. Taliban minister receives Greater Afghanistan map from students. Map shows parts of Pakistan as Afghan territory, sparking political uproar. Namaskar, welcome to Habis. I'm Sashira. You are watching What's Going On. Indian Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi addressed a gathering at TRS College in Riva on Saturday, where he spoke in depth about the complexities of future warfare, emerging technological threats, and the rapidly changing global environment. He also took a subtle dig at former US President Donald Trump's unpredictable statements and the ongoing debates around Operation Sindoor, the recent India Pakistan military engagement. General Dwivedi emphasized that Operation Sindoor had a single clear objective to dismantle the structure of terrorism and send a clear message to Pakistan that India strikes not at the innocent but at the roots of terror. Our actions, he said, are always rooted in self defense and the elimination of terrorism. Addressing the students, the army chief said, the nature of war itself is undergoing a transformation. The conflicts of the future will be marked by instability, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. He remarked, every new day will bring a greater challenge than the last, whether it's border security, terrorism, natural disasters, or cyber warfare. He noted that modern warfare is no longer confined to land, sea, or air. Space warfare, satellite attacks, chemical and biological threats, and information warfare. These are all parts of new battlefronts, he said. Taking a sharp jibe at Donald Trump, General Dwivedi commented, no one really knows what Trump is doing today. Perhaps not even Trump himself knows what he will do tomorrow. That unpredictability defines today's world. He warned that misinformation and fake news have become powerful weapons in modern conflicts. New kinds of warfare have already begun. Space and satellite wars, chemical, biological, radiological, and information wars, he explained, referring to the disinformation that spread during Operation Sindoor. He said, you must have heard rumors that Karachi was under attack. So many stories surfaced that even we were surprised. Where did they come from? Who started them? These are the new dimensions of warfare. Battles fought simultaneously on land, air, sea, and now in the digital and cognitive domains. During Donald Trump's second term as US President, hate crimes against Indian origin people have sharply increased. In contrast, under former President Biden, online hate and violence against South Asians had remained limited. By October 2024, there were about 46,000 trolling incidents and 884 direct threats. But after Trump's return, the numbers jumped, reaching 88,000 troll cases by October 2025, a 91% rise. After a heated debate in December 2024 between Trump, Elon Musk, and Vivek Ramaswamy on visa and immigration issues, most threats, about 76%, focused on taking away American jobs, Trump's new rules, higher H-1B visa fees, and the deportation of 104 Indian nationals, fueled anger and violence. This led to a rise in shootings and temple attacks in Texas, Virginia, and California, according to the think tank Center for the Study of Organized Hate. Racist social media posts have also surged. From November 2024 to October 2025, several violent hate crimes targeted the Indian community. February 2025, an Indian American businessman was shot dead in Virginia. March 2025, a grocery store attack killed a father and daughter. September 2025, two students and several workers were murdered in Dallas, Texas. In the same month, Chandramouli Nagamalaya was brutally beheaded, shocking the world. The report says this trend of racism is not limited to Indians but affects the entire South Asian community, regardless of religion or citizenship. Students of a madrasa in Afghanistan recently gifted Taliban Deputy Minister Mohammad Nabi Omari a map of Greater Afghanistan. The map showed Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Balochistan as parts of Afghanistan. The map showed Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Balochistan as parts of Afghanistan, sparking political uproar in Pakistan. The idea of a greater Afghanistan is not new. Afghanistan has long refused to recognize the Durand Line as the official border with Pakistan. This line, drawn in 1893 during British rule, divided the Pashtun population between the two countries. Afghan nationalists believe that areas in Pakistan with a Pashtun majority should belong to Afghanistan. Recently, border clashes have increased between the two nations. After peace talks in Istanbul, both sides agreed to a temporary ceasefire. According to the Turkish government, a joint border monitoring system will be created and any violation of the ceasefire will lead to action. The two delegations will meet again in Istanbul on November 6 to continue discussions on maintaining peace along the border. Thanks for watching. Keep watching Habis. Namaskar.